Alright guys, the tank is finally done. Let's take a closer look at it. This is the current Serene aquarium. It is 4 feet by 18 by 18, and I think it comes out to about 65 gallons. Like the other little Serene tank that we looked at, it comes with everything you see here, the light, it comes with the background. The only difference with this kit is that it can come with a filter and a bunch of other things that I'm going to show you down here. Now we obviously switched that out for this Awasa 850 Thermo canister filter, so got the big boy on here. We use the existing input and output because it matches the frosted background and it kind of hides it a little bit. Like, it just looks super clean. We like that. We wanted to keep it. And then this, I also added, obviously, a CO2 system. It's a little hard to see, but the Awasa canister filters are just a lot easier to clean out and maintain. So that's one of the reasons why we use it. It also has a bigger media volume, so if we load this thing with fish, we know that we're going to be extra safe with our bioload. We're obviously using a CO2 art regulator as well as all the other CO2 related things, the diffuser that we have in the tank. And CO2 is going to be an important factor in this aquarium because we are growing things like Pinatophyta and this species of hydro that I can't remember the name of, but definitely going to require some of that good old CO2. There's all the lighting stuff, the power strip that's in here. This thing does come with the Serene speakers and stuff, so if you're into that, then that's pretty cool. I have that all disconnected just because that's not what I'm really into. I'm just really into the color that the background light provides. That's enough for me. It's July 2021 right now, and I think at the time of recording this, they're all sold out of these aquariums right now, but just in case you're watching this in the future, there will be a link for all this stuff down in the description. Maybe you'll get lucky. There is a version of the tank that comes with the stand, but nothing else, and the stand is not assembled, and it's a really good deal, so just be on the lookout for that. You can use code AQUAPROS and save 15% on that. So if you do that, it's a super good deal for a 4-foot rimless aquarium. I'm also making use of the faux dragonstone. I got a ton of it over the months just working with current, and so I needed a home for it. I didn't want it to just take up spaces in the fish room, so we decided to use it in here, and guys, it looks pretty dang realistic. I mean, I have a surplus of dragonstone. Here's a bunch of real stuff over here, but I'm pretty sure it's impossible to tell a difference. I mean, maybe if you're a super planted tank pro, you could be able to tell, but not having anything to compare it to directly, it makes it super hard. This stuff is pretty cool. I've been using it a little bit more frequently here, and I can't really find too many negative things to say about it. For this scape, I decided to just go with sand because we already had the sand that came with the Serene tank in here. I just added some more that I thought would look pretty close to what it came with, and it actually turns out that it's almost identical. I can't really tell a difference. I don't think that's going to bother the chain swords not having an active substrate, and of course over time the nutrients and waste that are in the water column will end up in the substrate and help fuel the growth of these plants. In the background I threw in some Rotala Vietnam as well as a bunch of this hydro, and we also did that over here on the right side behind this little kind of island area. So hopefully those plants will be really successful back there. I did notice that this hydro was starting to kind of die off at the base near where it was planted originally, so not really sure what the deal is with that. You know, you get plants right from the farm and you can have issues like that just pop up, so we'll see if this stuff makes it. I'm crossing my fingers. Another big question mark is going to be the Pinatophyta, because obviously this stuff is grown up out of water and it's in a lot different of a form than when it grows underwater and with CO2. So I tried to place it, you know, nestled in between the cracks of the rock, because it will eventually start to grow on the rock, and you know, we're just gonna have to go through and trim off the dead areas, the areas that don't root themselves to the nearby structures, and hopefully we'll end up with growth that kind of looks like this, but of course the plant being a lot more red, and the CO2 will hopefully make that happen. The lighting should be strong enough. This isn't a Serene Sun Pro, which is a little bit more of a stronger light. I think I might have one of those laying around. That's actually what I think might be in this box, so we might switch that out, but we'll save that for when we come back to this tank and we add fish to it. So I'm kind of in between here. I think I might need to move all the curais into this tank first once we get everything cycled and the filters running, because again, we did put on a brand new filter. It should cycle pretty quickly though. We did add some Fritz nitrifying bacteria to it, so in theory we could add those fish right now, but I'm just not sure what I want to do. Everything needs to get out of this tank because again, we're going to be doing a big rescape on it, so the fish need to go somewhere. Obviously, all the plants need to go somewhere. We just have some overflow from that recent plant order. So I need to figure out what we're doing. I'm also going to be picking up some fish that we will eventually add to this tank, but I need a place to quarantine them. So that's also a possibility for this tank. I just need to figure out what I'm doing. Everything's kind of a mess right now. But I think that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, there's not much more to say about this. The scape will obviously look a lot different here in the next month or so, once these stem plants really grow up to the top of the water and we start trimming them. And of course the Pinnatophyta will start to do some crazy stuff. The chain swords will hopefully just propagate all over this place. I'm hoping that they don't get too big and mess with the scape. If they do, then we can just pull them out. One of the benefits of just having sand and not like a dirted tank, we can easily remove foreground runner plants like that. But yeah, we'll just sit back and see what happens. Let me know what you guys would add in here fish-wise. I, of course, have my ideas, and I always like to see what you guys would put in tanks, because a lot of the times it's a better idea than what I have going on in my head. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this setup video, and all of this made sense to you if you're a new planted fish keeper. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.